Hello and welcome to Great Craps. So today I want to give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what it looks like in the Great Craps studio. Everybody, I think, likes to see these behind the scenes setup videos of us as creators, and so this is mine. This is what it currently looks like. I'm always improving. I just switched out computers, so I've been offline for a few days while I get all the settings right on the new laptop that I'm using. I was using a gaming laptop that's a few years old for a while, and it just wasn't producing the quality that I wanted. So I had bought a laptop that should have been able to handle things before I started really getting into streaming, and I just came into this other laptop that was a gaming laptop and decided I would try it better, and it just didn't produce what I wanted it to because I think it's older. So I transferred all my OBS settings over. I use OBS to stream, and did a little bit of YouTubing on my own and figured out how to transfer all the OBS settings over, and you still got to go tweak a few things, but this is what we look like. So hopefully in the next few streams that you see for me, the quality is better and the videos that are recorded is better and everything's just better quality wise. So anyway, this is behind the scenes. This is what it looks like. So I just got a new puppy. So that's her kennel. We've got a corgi. She is asleep with the kiddos at the moment. But this is my table. You guys, if you go check out my channel, you'll see the build on this table. And what I've done is I have added some little swing out platforms to the sides and to the corners. So it's just a big bolt drilled in there that's through the rail. And since my rails don't have cushion on them, I can kind of get away with that. So almost like this table is made for streaming. But that enables me to have my little keyboard over here, and my phone will go right here. And sometimes I'll run Crapsy on the tablet, or I'll monitor my playback on the tablet. And so that's kind of how I look at things. I've got I think it's a 50-inch flat screen up on the wall that really is my main monitor. I can't see this one very well from where I stand across the table. So the big monitor really helps things. The only drawback is that this is my view when I'm standing kind of stick right one, and that camera right there is in the way a lot of the time. So if you see me bobbing and weaving with my head, that's what's going on. And I'm trying to look around the camera to see what's on the other side there. But I run Crapsy on the computer when I'm live streaming, and a lot of my videos here lately when I do a strategy, I'll run the strategy in Crapsy as well. So you get all the stats and everything in Crapsy. I like doing it that way. Kind of incorporates our app that we can use. And if you don't know what Crapsy is, crapsy.com, go download it. It's free to try. Otherwise, you got to pay a little bit if you want to play along. You're limited if you don't pay the fee. Not a promotion at all. It's just what all of us streamers use. No real money, only fake money. It's a great app. So if you're unfamiliar with everything I'm talking about, there's a whole world for you to discover of nightly and daily YouTube creators in the craps world streaming live, and you get to play along with us. And so OBS on the left, so I can kind of run the stream. And then I'll usually, when I'm live streaming, I'll have the chat popped up over here in giant font so that I can see it. And then depending on how the computer's behaving, I may have a monitor screen pulled up over here. Put the screen in quads and I can kind of monitor the playback and make sure that I'm actually live and people can hear me and they're not screaming at me and stuff like that. Keep a little whiteboard over here for ideas. Sometimes I'll throw up key pieces of a strategy on it so I can remember, or payouts that I'm struggling with on a particular strat, or press ups that I'm doing. I'll put those on there so I can kind of cheat and look over at those. I have a bad habit of forgetting names, and so sometimes I'll throw names up there if I want to call somebody out particularly. I just can't remember their name on the spot, and that helps me to do that. So nice little movable whiteboard my wife hooked me up with for all those things. And then the table itself, and let's go a little wider here. So this is the table. You can see I'm getting ready to do a video there. So those are that's the strategy and the notes for the next video I'm going to come out with. And so I used to have the bank full because originally the idea was, probably like a lot of you, I wanted to host games at my house for all my friends. That hasn't come to pass yet. And it was a real pain maintaining the bank. So I put everything in all the chips in the cases, and for the most part, that's where they reside. And what I need to deal with is right here in front of me, because I like to deal from the stick side of the table since everything is on that wall opposite me. And you'll see the green screen is behind me, which helps with the logoing and everything else like that. So I've got some extra chips over there. I was doing a high value, high dollar strat here not too long ago. Let's make $1 million. And so I had to pull out the yellows and the purples and the $10,000 chips and the flags there. So I think the maroons are 5,000s and my flags are 10,000s on my table. So that's how things work. But I had those out, and they're still kind of the edge of the table, which you don't see most of the time, is just a little bit cluttery. You know, if I had friends over to play, then I would clean things up, and eventually it'll happen. But that's how we're looking. So my cameras, I've got 3 cameras that I run. My face camera is right here, sticking right in front of my face. It's right at eye level. It is on a little makeshift contraption. I don't like tripods because they take up so much space. So I found this circular base. It's weighted down on the bottom, attachment, and then a couple of pieces from a drum kit, and then the arm from a tripod to hold the camera and get the angles and adjustment that I want. I use a Logitech Brio for my face cam, and another one up top for the table camera. And so the table camera, as you can see, is mounted on this arm that is a hodgepodge of different arms that I got, either already had or got online. So this part right here, I got online from Amazon. And then from here up, it's a GoPro selfie stick. The head on this thing, gosh, if you bump it, it takes forever to get the angles back. And my dice zoom is in this little box right here, and those lines are what I use to align it. And that's like probably the key. But my kids will come by and bump this thing, and then before I can do another video or go live, I have to make sure it's adjusted and then get a ladder out, get up there, tighten it all up. But you will see sometimes the camera shakes when I'm bumping the table because it is actually affixed to the rail of the table. And again, because I have these cushionless flat rails, I can attach all kinds of stuff to it. The third camera, which is supposed to be my dice setting camera, doesn't pick them up very well. It's an older Logitech camera, and I just remounted it. It was Velcroed down to the table here. I just remounted it on a little standy mount that I got from Amazon, and it's just screwed to the rail. I have this empty space in my rail. I left mine like that just for this purpose so that I could probably mount some cameras and things down the road. And so this one is also my backup if I'm playing like LFC and my main overhead camera goes out. I can kind of tilt it up and see the whole table with it, although the resolution is not as good as the Brios are. And then I've got a couple of lights. So I've got a ring light here that helps light the table up. My overhead lights, I just have puck lights in the ceiling. This is my living room. Yes, the wife is very ecstatic about that, but it takes up, I have a pretty open floor plan for my house, so it takes up only about a quarter of the open floor plan space and about half, a little less than half of the living room space. So literally that's my front door right there. And this light is my sort of overhead, I guess you could call it my key light. It really helps light up the table and also makes me not look like a pasty white guy. So it kind of is pointed at me and my face to light my face from one side when you're looking at me. This is called the Destroyer lamp. One of my favorite YouTubers, Van Neistat, go look him up, has a video on how to build this lamp, and I built it. And I want to build a few more, but it's literally, yes, that's a sledgehammer, and I think it's called a heat lamp. Go watch Van Neistat's video. He'll show you how to build it. It's pretty cool. Great present, whether you're a YouTube streamer or creator or not. And then over here, I have my collection of chips. That's only part of my collection of chips. Those chips are all other YouTubers and creators. I also have a whole bunch of chips, $1 and $5 chips from different casinos around Vegas and Biloxi and elsewhere. And those I had along the edges of the table, but it got kind of cluttery. And so I broke those down and put them in a case, and they're all mostly right here now in this little case. So I have quite a few, and then I've got, my swag from other YouTubers. So Learn How to Play from Color Up. Great channel there. If you're not aware, go look him up, Color Up. That's Jeremy, and he will teach you anything and everything you wanted to know about craps. Great guy and really well produced videos. And pretty much any question you got, you can go on his channel and search that question and you'll find a video on it. He is one of the reasons that I don't do strategy videos too much or how-to videos. I don't do teaching videos because I just refer all my friends to him because he does such a good job at teaching in the first place. So, and then I've got a few other little stickers. I go to this trade show every year and I get all these cool patches, and so sometimes it's very emotive of what the table is like. So, and then another one I've got that I kind of, it's my shout out to Waylon. If you watch Waylon, that's on his wall. He's got that particular individual on his wall in a big painting. If you've seen some of the stand-up face videos that he does, that's behind him. So I got a patch from the trade show, and that's where he goes, right there at the shooting end, because I usually shoot towards this end of the table. So I think that's about it. So pretty interesting little setup. My drink rails. Oh yeah, my drink rails are down here. They're just little IKEA shelves, and they're screwed to the table. And they come off, and I've got the bullshit flag and some other drink rails and a lint roller to get the dog hair off the table because we have dogs in this house. I don't just have the new dog, I got 2 other dogs. And so a lot of times lint gets on the table. So anyway, that's my setup. I hope you've enjoyed this little behind the scenes look. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. And don't get too technical on me with the video piece. I'm still learning all that stuff myself, and it takes a lot of tweaking to get everything fine-tuned, and you're never happy with it. So a lot of people don't realize how much time we all put into this behind the scenes, just messing with the settings on our different computers to get the video and the picture and the transitions and the shots and the setups, all those things right. And you watch a lot of YouTube and you just don't realize how much work goes into it. But anyway, that's the studio at home, and thanks for watching. Great craps.